What up? Welcome to the Bad Underground Podcast. Your boy Brian James, back with my guys, Philly guy and Snipes. Was good, fellas?
What up?
What's
Hey,
goody?
man. He said, "What's goody?"
They kicking in. Let's
I
go.
saw Philly voguing behind the scenes, which was.
See, I knew you was gonna call me out.
I don't know what that was.
Like
I don't know what that was.
Secrets, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Nothing secret no more.
Hey, man,
I saw you no more.
I saw you voguing, bro. I'm like,
man,
that.
Called them out. Called them out.
You want to kind of explain the what inspired that set of dance moves?
Well, absolutely. So it was the intro music. You know, the intro music is got it's got a little techno to it. You know what I'm saying? And
okay.
You know, you said I was voguing, but you didn't say I was voguing poorly. You know what I'm saying? So
you were actually.
That's what I'm saying.
To all the guys that I see voguing, you look just like all of them.
Okay, I don't like where you went with that, but because I can read in between the lines. See, that's the problem, B. James. That's the problem. You win a couple games, you know what I'm saying? Your teams, the morale is high, and then you start being reckless. You start talking crazy to people. You know what I'm saying? You just putting everybody out on Front Street because you're looking down on us. You know
hey,
looking
man.
down.
I'm not looking down on anybody, man. And I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to get a seat at the table like everybody else, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to get a seat at the table. But we got a lot to talk about this evening.
Yes, we do.
A lot to talk about, whole lot to talk about, man. I want to make sure we give everybody a brief description of what the show is going to entail today. We're going to talk about the game itself. We're going to talk about the little things in the NFL, like the Titans firing their GM, which I thought was very needed, and I thought it was hilarious how it happened. I want to talk about if certain teams are in the NFL, if the release of Baker I want to talk about the release of Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
Also want to talk about the possible landing spots for Odell Beckham. Those three topics. Then we're gonna get right into the Madden stuff. So let's start with the Titans firing the GM. How do you guys feel about it?
I actually didn't hear about that. I mean, is that news? Is that important?
It's actually
is it?
Happened yesterday, right?
It happened Monday.
Okay, Monday. Okay.
Oh, wait,
okay.
Is this before or after AJ Brown?
After AJ Brown.
Off?
No, now the story I heard. This is the story I heard.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown was out there going off, and the owner was like, "Yo, who is that guy out there?" That's what the owner said. Who's that guy out there balling like that? And they said, that's AJ Brown. It's like, man, the dude was like, that name sounds familiar. Like, why does the name sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, well, up until the draft, he was on our team. So the owner's watching AJ Brown ball out and like, yo, if we had a guy like that, and didn't realize they had a guy like that.
Mm.
And then
the same guy.
The same guy. We actually had that guy up until he was cut and released. So once they found that out, somebody heads had to roll. It was like, how did we let him out the building? What happened? What was the problem? Why this? Why that? And there's actual footage of Vrabel in the war room during the draft. And as they announced the trade of AJ Brown. He attempts to walk out, not knowing he's on camera, and realizes he turns around and sits back down. But he was pissed off. So
and you can't blame him.
You can't blame him. That's a every 5-year talent right there. You know what I mean? Like once every 5-year talent that you get an opportunity to have a receiver of that caliber on your team. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Also, there was an issue where AJ Brown scored a touchdown. He wanted to proceed whooping the goalpost, and everybody, after the game, and then he hugged the goalpost after he whooped the goalpost, and they were like, "What was that touchdown celebration about?" And he went on to say, "It's like when your parents whoop you, but they love you." He said, "That's what I had to do to the Titans. I love them, but I had to give them this whooping. Discipline. So I thought AJ Brown had a great game, and it made me sick to my stomach. People were calling me like, "Hey, AJ Brown's going off," and I'm like, "Well, why would he not go off? He was killing these dudes in practice when he was on the team. Nobody on the team could cover him, so it was like, why would he not kill everybody on the team in the game? So that's just one of my things, man. So with that being said, I'm thoroughly impressed, but at the same time, thoroughly disgusted with the Titans. I'm glad they got rid of the GM. And I hope moving forward, things get better for them,
Okay. No, that's a profound statement. And I'll just have to say, you know what, my heart goes out to you. We all know that you're a Titan fan. We know you're a Titan diehard. And like you said, it was bittersweet for you. AJ Brown definitely doing what you know he was capable of doing on the big stage for everybody. And obviously firing the GM doesn't make it go away. But yeah, man, it's a step in the right direction. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, it just reminds me a lot of Chip Kelly, kind of what he did to the Philadelphia Eagles. But
yeah,
there should, you got to get rid of people like that.
Was Chip Kelly the GM as well?
I'm not sure what his
I don't think he was
were. Yeah.
I don't think he was a G. I don't think Chip. You talk about with the Eagles?
Yeah, he got rid of Shady. Huh?
He was just a coach, but he just didn't like what Shady did in his offense, so he got rid of Shady.
Yeah, and Deshaun, he got rid of Deshaun Jackson, and he got rid of their Pro Bowl guard.
Yep.
He made a lot of questionable moves.
No, listen, don't say questionable. Bonehead. That's exactly what it is. Bonehead. Period.
Well, I'm just saying when I had Cowboys fans, asking me what is he doing. And they were afraid to celebrate because, he took a lot of the players that were giving them headaches and doing damage in the NFC East and just send them on their way. So, it's good. It's good that the Titans did that though, B. James, because, again, using Chip Kelly as an example, that's the type of thing that you don't want to linger. I mean, you saw how he destroyed the Eagles and damaged that team irreparably. For years.
Yeah.
But definitely. Your organization, they were like, nah, nope, he's got to go.
No, like I said, it was the owner saying, hey, we need a guy like him, and they were like, sir, we had a guy like him, we traded him. What you mean we traded him? You know what I mean? It's like, oh wow, okay, well, who traded him? That guy right there. And he looking in the corner like, oh my bad, and it's like, nope, get out of here. We need you out of here.
Yep.
So
yep. Basically,
the entire fan base is complaining about not having a receiver, and the one we had, we traded, and
yes, there you have it.
Yes. So that's the issue that we're having as a team. But in other news, Baker Mayfield was released, and he was actually picked up by the Rams.
Rams played chess on that one. That's what they did. They was making a point. They was going to make it a point that San Fran wasn't going to get him.
You think?
Yeah.
I guaranteed. Don't forget, obviously I'm out here in Arizona, so we hear a lot about the NFC West, and everybody was out here just spewing, just chomping at the bit, just saying, look, there's no way they're going to get past the Rams. And they were right. They was like, there's no way coming off of waivers. There's no way he's coming away from the Rams. Rams are not going to allow the 49ers to get him. And I mean, it's a chess move. It's a chess move. I mean, the Rams need a quarterback too, though. Don't get me wrong. Stafford, I think he's out for the year as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they need a quarterback also. So you may as well go there and see if we can do something.
In all honesty, I don't think that the I see B Guard in the chat said, thanks for AJ Brown. You're welcome. But yeah, in all honesty, I don't think that the 49ers, the backup that they had, even though he was Mr. Irrelevant in the draft, he actually did well against the Dolphins. He threw 2 touchdown passes and he didn't turn the ball over much. So I don't think he even turned the ball over. So I think he's a formidable backup. He's good enough to play in the league. So
yeah.
I don't know if he's able to get them to the playoffs, but it hasn't for the 49ers. It's been mostly defense that's been keeping them in games. So running the ball, getting the ball to the playmakers, and defense. So I don't think it's that big of an issue.
Well, I mean, Brock Purdy, even though he's got that moniker of Mr. Irrelevant, you talk about the weapons that are around him, right? You talk about McCaffrey. You talk about Kittle. You talk about Samuel. You know what I mean? So there's offensive weapons that are around him, and he pretty much just has to do the same thing Mike White is doing in New York, and that's be a game manager. Get the ball in the hands of your playmaker. Nobody needs you to try to come out there and air it out. They don't need it. They just need you to get the ball in the hands of your playmaker. The Niners love to run the football anyway. So they do have a possession offense, and then they have an excellent defense. So if you're treating Brock Purdy the same way that you're treating Ben Roethlisberger when he was a rookie with the Steelers and they had a strong running game and a great defense, he knows the offense. He knows the people on the team. You know what I'm saying? They know him. They signed him. So he should actually be able to hold the fort down, and they should be able to get to the playoffs and win the division. There's no reason they shouldn't.
Agreed. How do you feel about the Baker Mayfield situation, B-Guard?
I think it has to do with more of Matt Stafford's health than it does keeping him away from the 49ers. I'm sure that's part of it, but if we've heard all the stuff that's been said about Matt Stafford and his well-being, like he has a bruised spinal cord. Like that's a scary injury to have going forward. He also has had arm problems throughout the whole year. And so maybe this is something like, hey, let's see what Baker Mayfield's got type of thing. Like, now, keeping him away from the Niners, like, I'm just going to say, I don't think the Niners are going anywhere with Brock Purdy. I really don't. Because, like you said, Philly, all of the things you said about the Niners are true. They have a great defense. The run game is great. But what has consistently held them back from getting that Super Bowl win?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yep, quarterback. And so now Jimmy G was having a good year, but my questions have always been, can he make the big throw when you need him to make the throw? And the answer has been no. And so I don't expect Brock Purdy to come in and replicate what Jimmy Garoppolo did. Like, he played very well against the Dolphins. He played very well. I can't knock that from him. But at the same time, like, is that gonna translate to the next game or the next game or the next game? Probably not.
But why not? Why not? Because it doesn't sound like you're even willing to give him a chance. I mean, like, they don't have a choice.
He was Mr. Irrelevant. He was Mr. Irrelevant for a reason. Like, really? He was picked in the seventh round for a reason.
What college did he come from?
I don't know.
He's Mr. Irrelevant.
Who cares? He's Mr. Irrelevant.
I don't know.
But yeah, like, I just think, like, I think the Niners, like, even with getting Baker Mayfield, is he going to learn the offense? Like, even if they got Baker Mayfield, would he have learned the offense in time to, like, get comfortable with it? Like, that takes maybe a couple weeks at least.
Yeah. I think Baker in that 49er offense,
I think now
is more valuable than
if he got a hold of it. If he figured it out, I think he'd do well. The 1 year he was great in Cleveland was because the run game was great, the offensive line was great, and the defense was great. All those three things came to fruition, and the Niners would have been a perfect situation. The Rams is not a great situation for Baker Mayfield. Like, I don't expect him to play well there at all. Like, that's just, like, you're down your number one receiver. Your offensive line's a mess. Your run game's a mess. Defense hasn't been as good as it's been in the past. Like, I think this is like, oh, maybe he can show us something and we can go from there, because we just don't know what Matt Stafford's going to give us in the future because he's banged up. So
that's fair, right? So you would say that that's a good investment on their part.
Yeah, it's low risk, high reward.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like if he don't work out, he's gone next year, and then you figure it out from there.
Definitely. And on the next topic, Odell Beckham. We saw him at the Dallas Mavericks game with the Dallas Cowboy players. It's basically safe to say he's going to be a Cowboy at some point in time in the next week or so.
Is he?
No.
Have you not heard?
Yeah. Come on, tell him, B-Guard.
Have you not heard? They leaked his medical information.
Oh,
yeah.
They don't think he won't be. They don't think he'll be ready till January.
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I guess that's disappointing for a lot of
that kind of
Cowboy fans.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be playing if that's the case.
Well, I think what the whole situation though is, you got to look at it. You look at the Cowboys, and if he's not going to be ready till January, right? Then it's safe to say that they have a little bit of leverage then as far, because he wants a multi-year deal, right? But I'm intrigued to kind of find out what Jerry Jones and the crew is going to do there. As far as a contract offer with Odell, because if he's not ready until Januay, obviously that's playoff time. Cowboys are going to make the playoffs.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they will see him. He will be able to play. Question is obviously how much and how effective he's going to be, with that particular offense. But if they're going to sign him, they may as well get it done now. That way he could at least get into the building and get his ducks in a row as far as getting getting the playbook and everything together. So when you're ready in January, you could come in and help out and produce in the playoffs. As a Giant fan, would I love to see him there? Back with New York, I think I would, but it depends on the price. You know what I mean? And if they're asking, me personally, I feel like if he's asking for too much, you can't take that chance. He's too injury prone. You can't take that type of chance and ruin your future by giving this man a crazy, astronomical amount of money when, when you're not sure what's going to happen with your future. So, as far as Giants are concerned, I don't see him being a Giant. He has an opportunity, obviously, now to possibly win a bowl, but, with the Cowboys. But again, when you're talking about Philly right now, the way Philly is playing, how realistic is that going to be? You know what I'm saying? Like that's really the big thing right now. So you're going to have to deal with Philly at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying you're going to have to deal with the Giants, because the Giants, I mean, we're just, we get 1-2 more losses. I mean, you might as well call it a day. But, again, it's all about Philly right now. Philly's like the cream of the crop team. I don't see Dallas even in a playoff situation beating Philly either.
I wouldn't.
I don't see it. I
wouldn't go that far. I think Dallas could very well beat Philadelphia. Like Philadelphia is really, really good, but so are the Cowboys. The Cowboys were missing in that first matchup a quarterback. They got their quarterback back. As much as people like to criticize Dak Prescott, I still think he is an above.
You're about to call him something else, bro. You're about to call him something weird. Something weird.
He's an above average. He's an above average quarterback, like a topper echelon quarterback, and that's going to matter. Now, it's probably going to be in Philadelphia, so that's going to help. But that defense is good enough to give Jalen Hurts problems. Like we saw it. We saw what happened when they came to Philly. I don't know if that's going to happen again. I think they're going to be a little bit more ready for the RPOs and the run game. Like that Dallas defense is scary. I think they're the only team in the NFC that really could give Philadelphia a run for its money. I would have said San Francisco, but you're not gonna convince me that Brock Purdy is gonna beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia.
Wow. I mean, you guys,
I like Purdy in Philadelphia.
You guys, see, this is what I don't understand. I like the AFC South approach. Okay, I don't understand this NFC East approach. Snipes, you guys are playing meaningful games in December.
Oh yeah, of course.
That was not something that was on the schedule.
Oh no,
beginning of the year. And then you're not even giving Brock Purdy a chance, number one. And then number two, you're talking about a game that's going to be, first of all, it's a division game. You all know that. But it's going to be an irrelevant game going into the Eagles because the Eagles aren't going to be taking it seriously. And there's an assumption. No, they're not. And there's going to be an assumption. There's going to be an assumption, okay, because we'll know the matchups by then. We'll know the playoff matchups. The Eagles are looking beyond that. So Odell Beckham, I agree with you, Snipes. If Dallas is going to make that move, you make the move now. Otherwise, I feel like, maybe Tennessee.
We love injured players.
January.
We love injured receivers.
That's what maybe Tennessee says. You know what? We'll rent you for a hot second. You know what I'm saying? We could use you.
I mean, Buffalo too.
Nah.
You know, but the Buffalo don't know. They don't need him.
Buffalo don't need him, but they don't sure need him.
But they'll take him. Why not? I mean, they're going to be playing meaningful football in January as well. You know what I mean?
Nobody wants to go play in the cold with fragile ACLs. No. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, so then New York's off the table.
They should be
off the table.
They should be. They definitely should be off the table. Those fragile ACLs.
And where do you think Dallas is going to have to go play in January?
I don't know.
Philadelphia, it ain't warm.
That's why he wants a multi-year deal. It's because he recognized the leverage that he has with the New York fan base, and he's using that because he knows they're rivals. You know what I'm saying? So he can try to get the most money, get a multi-year deal. So everybody, we lost because you didn't lose because of Odell Beckham. You didn't lose because of him. You didn't lose because of him. But he's on our team now. You know, like that's really the issue. So I'm just saying, you NFC East guy, man, y'all be counting chickens before they hatch. Y'all be doing the most. We're not even there yet. We're not even there yet. And you know what? I'm gonna say this to
Philly,
you one last time.
11-1. When your team is 11-1, you get to feel some type of way. I know that's like, you know, like a fantasy island for Jets fans like you.
It was fantasy island for you at the beginning of the season because you wasn't talking like this. I'm the one that told you the Eagles was going to be nice. I'm the one that told you
they would be second in the division.
Nice.
I said they would be second in the division.
Hey.
I didn't think Jalen Hurts was going to turn into the MVP.
Hey, Jerry Jones can't rap. Give Brock Purdy a chance. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's it. Yeah, all I gotta say is Eagles they definitely look tough. It's out of them, and I think the only team that may give them trouble are the Vikings. That's the only team.
Did you not see week 2 or
no?
Did you not see that?
They're a different team now, in my opinion.
Are they?
But
are they though?
They are. They are.
Kirk Cousins in prime time. Are they?
They are, man. I like I said, me personally, I don't think Kirk Cousins is a bad quarterback at all. The least bit.
No, he just doesn't beat good teams.
I don't know, man. He took down the Bills.
He did not take down the Bills.
He took down the Bills.
Jefferson took down the Bills.
Who was throwing him the ball?
Yeah.
Kirk did look good that game.
Kirk was not good in that game. I'll pull up the stats right now.
Kirk had some moments in that game that he looked like an MVP, man.
He did not. You guys are misremembering. Justin Jefferson looked like the MVP.
No, Justin Jefferson definitely was the MVP in that one. But listen, again, like I just stated, he had some moments in that game that he threw that football and he was looking like a damn MVP out there.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins was 30 of 50 with 1 TD and 2 interceptions.
That's right. He was 75 years old when they fought.
Oh, and what happened the next game, guys? What happened the next week against Dallas?
What is their record?
They're 10-2, and who was the one loss?
You know what? That's the end of the conversation right there. They are 10-2.
And guess who beat the Vikings? Two NFC East teams.
Okay.
And none of them were close. Neither of them were close.
But they're out of their division.
Yeah, and they're going to have to play one of those teams. They're going to have to play one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Madden Brethren saying it was a big win. Like I said,
you got to come to Minnesota.
Minnesota's tough.
Philly. Not Philly.
Philly's looking tough. Honestly, hate they're in the same conference.
Man.
These AFC teams looking poop. Outside of what?
No,
I'm just saying. Man, these AFC teams looking a little trash out there.
Before we move on, I'm going to read the stats for the 2 losses for Kirk Cousins. Okay. Against Dallas, he was 12 of 23 for 105 yards, sacked 7 times. Against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
1 second. He was 27 of 46, 221, 1 touchdown, and 3 picks. That's the guy you're going to rely on against those 2 teams.
They're 10-2.
Yeah, 10-2 against who? The NFC North?
They're 10-2. You
can't take away wins.
10-2.
I can't. Yes, sure I can. They're playing in the NFC North.
You know what?
I hope you be 10-2 when you get to play the Packers, Bears, and Lions 6 times a year. No. I would hope you'd have at least 6 wins.
No. Playoffs is win or go home. And anything can happen. We've seen it before,
and the Vikings are going to go home
time and time again. I don't know that they do. Like,
hey, Speaking of winner go home situations, it's time to get into our episode, our segment of who's hot and who's not in our leagues. You may want to update the PS5 sites.
Yeah, let me make sure. Yeah. I thought I did this morning, but I'll double check.
We're definitely gonna get into the Xbox side real quick and talk about who's hot and who's not on the Xbox side. So here we go. Let's get it going. As you can see right here, let me move. Give B-Guard some camera time. Let me move this banner. You know, don't want to shade B-Guard any kind of way. But look, because I'm about to shade him when we get to these who's hot and who's not. Save it for that. So look, as you know, the hottest man in the league, also the quietest man in the league right now, is Diggs. The Bills. The Bills are by far, I would say, the most potent team. He should be undefeated. The only loss he has is a forced loss because he was actually at the Buffalo versus Minnesota game. So
he'll tell you who was really the MVP in that game.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll tell you. But definitely, Diggs is definitely the hottest commodity, hottest player in the league right now. He's dominating every opponent. I want to actually go to his schedule real quick just to see some of these scores that the way in which he's beating opponents. Let's go to schedule. Let's see.
84-16.
Okay, so 84-16, 49-28, 56-14, 87-7. Blaze gave him work though. 26-18, 57-14 over Philly guy. 24-21 over Zay.
Zay? Who's
Zay? Yeah. Okay, Zay.
But I think wasn't that a sim game?
I think the game didn't record and we had to give a force win. Carolina 33-27. I think that was also a force.
Was that a force?
Because the game didn't save. You know, the game wasn't saving earlier in the year. Yeah. The loss was to C-Jack, you know, because he couldn't make it to that game or whatever. He killed the Colts 31-28. Well, he didn't kill the Colts. He beat the Colts 31-28. He beat Fetty. He beat Buns B. And he beat C-Jack at the beginning of the year. And looking at his schedule, he may go undefeated again.
Burko.
What about him?
Burko could give him some problems.
Could. You don't sound very confident in that. You don't sound very confident.
Saying he could. Not sure if he will, but he could.
Based on what?
I'm going off history. How good Burko's been in the leagues.
What happened? What about last year? What about last year?
That was last year.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right because the Bills team has gotten better. So I apologize. I stand corrected. And look, this is the segment, right? Who's hot, who's not? Okay, those Bills, they're not hot because they're the front runners. And
they're hot. They're definitely hot.
And they are. Well, they can't be hot, man.
They're not getting hotter. They could be hot. They're just not getting hotter.
They're scorching. Like they look unbeatable.
Nuclear.
Right now.
They're nuclear.
Yeah, they're nuclear right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Minnesota.
That's what we need to be talking about.
Let's talk about space. Let's talk about space before we.
That is who's hot.
Space is hot right now. Space is cooking it up. Willing and Dylan. I don't know where he got that offense from, but everybody is trying to go figure out where he got it from and things like that. But he's out there cooking. Let's go look at his schedule and who he's beaten so far. He's beaten the Cardinals 63-10.
Force. That's a force.
That
Cardinals was a force. No, not the Cardinals. The Panthers. Panthers was a force.
Panthers was a force. He beat Detroit 25-10. Beat Washington 44-23. He beat the Bears 56-28. Beat the Chargers 35-14. He didn't beat Dimes.
He did not beat Dimes.
Dimes put a beating on him. Yeah. Okay. He went on the next week to beat the crap out of.
Go ahead. Say it. It's okay.
What?
Okay. Go ahead. Read that next line.
We haven't gotten it yet.
It's okay. Read the next line. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. See, I didn't even gotten to that part. You telling the movie before it ends, man. All right, so
I was there.
He beat the crap out of J Haw. He clearly beat the crap out of B-Guard.
Wait, I got a question. I'm sorry, B. James. Can you read the Tampa Bay score and then can you tell me, is he playing with Kirk Cousins?
No, he's not playing.
He's playing with Kyler Murray. Okay. If he was playing with Kirk Cousins, his offense wouldn't be as good.
No, it definitely wouldn't be as good with Kirk Cousins. But Kyler Murray, he's actually doing something with Kyler Murray. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kyler Murray is almost up to 1,000 yards in rushing. So that is equally impressive as well. So Kyler Murray having almost 700 yards, 13 games played, 99 attempts, averaging 6.97 yards a carry, and scoring. I think he scored 14 touchdowns rushing. So I think that's quite impressive. So he's getting it done in the air and on the ground. You know what I mean? He lost to the Saints, which is jelly. He beat Bunsby. He beat Inglewood. And I guess today he beat Silverback. So,
Wait, you said he lost to Jelly?
Yeah, he lost to Jelly.
Isn't Jelly playing with a youth football team? I don't know where I got that quote from.
People say things when it's conveniently said, out of convenience. Okay. But sometimes when you win, it is what it is. But
to be fair,
it is what it is.
The Vikings don't have the defensive line that the Bucs do.
Okay.
Vikings don't have any abilities on defense.
That makes it even more impressive.
Yeah, even more impressive because he doesn't need. He's been saying he didn't need him anyway. So that
kind of scoring 50 points a game.
That's kind of proving his point when he said, "I don't need this garbage anyway." But Space has definitely been impressive, and we definitely want to commend him on a job well done. Dimes is 10-2, and Dimes we've seen the score. He beat the crap out of Space. He's been pretty dominant all season. He's actually playing BKP right now. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody got a score on that one. If they could jump into that stream and check it out. But
1 second.
He's playing BKP right now. But let's take a look at Dime's schedule and see what he has coming up and who he's beating thus far. He opened the season up with a 55-28 win, then a 28-6 win, then a 49-24 win, then a 28-27 win. He lost to Honcho, 59-28, which was unexpected. That was a pretty good win for Honcho right there. But he bounced back by beating Taylor May 63-35. Then he beat Space 72-16. Went on to beat Woody 56-27. Then he lost to me 29-28. Then he went on to be struggling 77-12.
Yeah, it's trend here. There's a trend.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the trend, it's obvious what the trend is. If you look at the stat line, he beat C-Jack 40-31, which is, in my opinion, that game could have gone either way. And then he went on to beat struggling again 49-14.
Okay. So, and who's he got left? He's playing BKP right now.
He has J Hall. He has the Seahawks, and all these teams left are above. I think all these teams left are above 500 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say he has an easy schedule or a cakewalk, but if he wins the BKP game today, he's in good shape moving on into the playoffs. Yeah. Because I think he'll get past J Hall. I think he'll get past Seattle, but he has BKP and Woody again, which are two huge games because they're all divisional games. So 3 divisional games left on the schedule, one in which he's playing right now. So that'll leave two divisional games and 1 conference game and 1 outside the conference game. So we'll see if Dimes can take that number 1 seed if he's able to win out and just by some weird reason Diggs happens to lose again. Maybe he'll go out of town to catch another Viking game or Bills game or whichever game he decides to go see. But we'll see how that goes. Another person that's balling out right now is Fetty. Fetty's balling out. He's 10-3 on the NFC side. Balling like a man that has something to prove. He missed out on winning a bowl in the PS5 side. He came over to the Xbox side to kind of see if he had a better shot over here. He's doing a good job. He's 10-3. How do you guys feel about Fetty right now?
Fetty doing good on both sides right now because he's doing good on the P5 now as well. We saw he was struggling a little bit on the P5 side, and he started to pick that up as well. Remember last time we had the last podcast we had, I had questions about him because he seemed like he was struggling a little bit on the P5 side and, doing something on the Xbox. Now he's got things together right now. And man, he's looking good on both sides right now.
Yeah, I have to agree really quickly with Snipes because I think, he got called out when he played the Bills. The Bills went full Killmonger on him. I thought this was your king. Was this your prodigy? You know what I mean? He just put it all out there on Fetty, and Fetty responded. You know what I'm saying? Fetty took the loss like a man, and he balanced both leagues, just like you said, Snipes. So, he's definitely hot because he turned things around and he's on his way to the playoffs. So, maybe he's going to be able to get a bowl. Obviously, he wants to get a bowl in both leagues, but he's looking good right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I see Eileen TMP saying that he wants all the smoke on the PS5 side. Hey, we got a team open on the PS5 side. So if you really want to get in, just make sure you register at maddenunderground.com on the league section in the PS5 section. Just register and we'll get in contact with you and we'll get you a team, brother. And with that being said, let me talk. I want to also talk about we talked about Honcho, right? Honcho's balling as well, man. Honcho is definitely, we saw what he could do in the playoffs. I think he eliminated you, right, B-Guard?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he's definitely a force to be reckoned with. He beat Dimes. He beat a lot of the top tier players. I think Woody got him this last go round. But yeah, he's definitely somebody that you want to make sure you keep an eye on.
And we also gotta shed a little bit of light on those 2 9-4 division leading teams, the Titans and the Bucks. They had a chance to square off. Obviously, the Titans won that game, but since then, the Bucks, they've been looking good. They're 9-4, leading their division, and the Titans as well. They've had some big games against the Bengals. Had a big game against the Jags the other night. So, their opportunities to represent their divisions is it's looking brighter every day.
Yeah.
What do you think, Snipes? What do you think about the Bucks and the Titans? You think they're going to be able to win their divisions and make some noise in the playoffs?
Well, I mean, the Titans first and foremost, on the Xbox side with the Titans, they play smart football. I got to get that to him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna come out and we're talking about Brian James, by the way.
Is there any cheating involved, Snipes? That's what people want to know.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
No. There's no cheating whatsoever. The guy basically he comes out and he's gonna, if you come out and try to play the same stuff on the man, he knows what to do against you. Mm-hmm. It's as simple as that. He keeps it real. He keeps it real vanilla. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like if you come out like this, I'm gonna do this. Mm-hmm. That's it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna take what he gives you. And that's what's coming to fruition right now. That's why he's got a winning record and winning his division right now. He looks good right now.
And can you talk a little bit, very quickly, about the impact of B-Guard's squeaky chair and how it's translated into victory?
Well, I mean, the question is B-Guard gonna squeak his way into the playoffs? And right now, he ain't squeaking right now. No,
I like that. That was
Look, I'm gonna tell you now. We're gonna talk about B-Guard in the playoffs. Look at this division. Look at this division.
Look at your division.
There's nothing left.
Yours.
Oh,
there's nothing left.
They damn near look identical. I'm just saying, they damn near look identical.
Nothing left in this division.
Don't they look identical to you?
They are extremely identical, with the exception of 2 wins for Carolina.
But I beat you.
Versus one for Houston. You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Now
One of
EFC.
Look, one of my wins
7-6, 5-8.
One of my wins is against you, and one of your losses against me.
Philly, let's get some popcorn, Philly.
Let's get some popcorn.
Hey, B-Guard, meet me in the bowl, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Meet me in the bowl. Each other. AFC South,
love it.
NFC South,
blue. If me and B-Guard make it to the bowl, we're gonna play on camera because I want to see. I want to
You'll
see
see me losing my mind every time Derrick Henry runs over
Man,
a 400-pound defensive tackle.
Oh, you will both be required to have your cameras on.
Hey,
Big
Y'all
facts.
make it to the bowl.
camera is on. If we
Big
if we didn't make
facts.
it to the bowl, we're playing on camera. 'Cause-
Oh, we are promoting the hell out of that. We're gonna have some special guest stars. See, that's what I'm saying, Snipes. If they leave me and you and Black Phoenix in charge of the behind the scenes production, this Super Bowl is gonna be epic.
But the
It
odds
is.
of that,
Oh my God.
but
Anything
the odds
they've
of that
ever
happen,
seen
the odds
before.
of that happening are like slim to none. But if it were
I
to
mean,
happen,
I'm gonna be there.
you gonna be
What's
there?
the holdup?
I don't know if you was gonna
holdup?
make it. That's what I'm saying. I
That's
wasn't
what I'm
sure.
talking about. Okay,
I wasn't sure.
D-Guard.
You know what I mean? I'll be there. I'll be there. But
Okay.
no,
Okay.
That's what
I don't
I'm
know,
talking
man.
about.
Like I said, I've seen.
You the only one who have some shredded doubt.
Woo!
No, I was
Woo!
doubting you. I wasn't
Woo!
sure if you were gonna make it.
Oh,
He
is that
just
what it
told
was?
you,
Trey.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I said something, and now your tone's changed. Come on now.
Okay,
We
you
all,
here?
we all
We
see
here?
the
Okay.
we all see the fear that Diggs gives you.
Jump in the portal. That's what he
Wait,
said.
what are you talking about? I beat Diggs. I'm the only one that ever beat Diggs. I'm the only one to ever beat him.
Then
Oh.
why are you so
Well,
skeptical?
Oh,
Why are
I'm
you so
not,
skeptical?
I wasn't sure about you. There's nobody in the AFC that I'm like,
I'm about to
no,
tell wife to
no.
pop some popcorn for me.
no, that's not me. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Diggs. I'm not worried about Dimes. I'm not worried about anybody.
How about BKP? You ain't beat him.
Fumble. We know how to pick. You told me how to pick up fumbles. You made that mistake on telling me how to recover a fumble now. With me knowing that information,
can we just
might be
somebody
okay.
say that you're telling him to transfer in the portal? That you're bringing your luggage. Can somebody just say that, please? Please. Can somebody just say that? See,
I'm bringing my luggage. And it's Gucci.
See?
And it's Gucci.
Snipes is upset. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing y'all fight. You know what I mean? He couldn't handle it, and now he's back.
But no, he went and got some popcorn.
Well, it looks like a free promotion. Is that going to be our next sponsor? Come on with it, Snipes. Come on with it, brother.
Nah, I ain't gonna show the whole face, but I just want to see these guys rock.
You better put some tape over that logo.
Yeah. The only people that shout out to Factor 75 for actually paying us. Clap it up for Hey, we didn't think it was gonna happen. We thought it was a ruse. We thought they put a fast one on us, but hey, they got the money over to us.
I was a believer. I was always a believer.
Shout out to Factor 75.
I was having doubts.
I had no doubts.
We promoted these bums.
I had no doubts.
I had doubts too. I did. I ain't gonna lie.
Zero doubts.
But no shade. The food is actually good. If you
it's great.
If you actually got time, check out Factor 75. Definitely got some good food in those boxes and at a reasonable rate, and things like that. And that was for the free. That was just out of me just being honest. It's good product.
Because that's true. That's the truth.
Yeah, it's definitely.
True.
That's the truth.
All right. But in other news, let's talk about the PS5 size. That updated, Snipes?
Yep, it's updated.
I've got no idea what's going on over there.
Oh yeah, me and Snipes know what's going on over there. It's hell and high water going on over there.
I will say I looked for a PS5 because I kind of wanted to get in the league. Couldn't find one.
Yeah. If you were serious about it, I could have told you where to get one.
Yeah, but I ain't paying $750.
No. They regular.
I got other people. For Christmas to worry.
You can get regular price now. Yeah.
Don't we have this conversation every year?
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for you, B Guard. I'll keep an eye out for you.
Probably gonna have to be after Christmas because I got other people to worry about.
I'm with you.
Well, I mean, you name dropping or what? Like you just threw them out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like my niece, my nephew, my brother, my sister, his wife,
You are very generous.
He didn't say nothing about his folks though.
I don't give gifts to anybody outside my house.
My folks are implied.
Yeah, I don't give anybody gifts outside to anyone outside of my house during the holidays. Technically, I don't celebrate the holidays.
Hey man, if my niece and nephew were like 16 years old,
I don't either.
That'd be different. They're like,
they little, they're young.
They're
Okay.
I gotta win them over still.
Definitely. All right, that makes sense.
Uncle B.
All right, so look, we got some tough players in PS5, man.
I've got no idea who any of these people.
We got Jay Savvy. Jay Savvy leading the AFC right now. He's 9-1. His only loss came at the hands of Assassin.
What is going on in the NFC?
Well, they're gonna explain it to us. That's why we get to sit back and listen.
What is that?
Saying? We get to let Snipes and B James, break it, run it down.
All right, so basically, let's break it down. We're gonna start with Jay Savvy. Jay Savvy is dominating right now. He lost at the hands of VA Assassin, the champion of last season. Then you have Shady Sticks, who actually took a loss today versus Cal Bear. Cal Bear, he was bragging about that win. He said, "Yo, I did it for you. I got it done."
And he
put up 83 points though. He put up
yeah.
Wow.
So when you see 8-2 and then you see 83 points put up, then and Cal Bear moves to that number, that puts him in that number 2 seed spot now. But
wow,
Cal Bear is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Cal Bear is also in Xbox now too as well. If you guys haven't caught wind of that, he took over the struggling Texans. He's looking to turn that organization around, bring them back to prominence. And he said something that was very interesting to me today. In regards to that, he said, "I'm sitting here looking at the team. I'm gonna quote him correctly because I thought it was it's rarely that I hear anything like this when people hit me up in my inbox in regards to franchise mode. But he said I'm over here going over the franchise. I'm going over the Texans franchise, and it's kind of brutal. He said I'm going to have to totally change my playing style to make this team a contender. So most people say, I can't do this, I can't do that, this, that, the third. This guy came over and instantly said, I'm going to have to find a playing style to win with this particular team. And I think that's very, very commendable in this day and time. In this climate of franchise.
That is powerful.
It's powerful because 9 times out of 10, everybody has a playing style that they're used to and accustomed to playing with, right? And they sometimes in franchise mode, that style of play doesn't translate with the team that you have. So sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board and put together a scheme that fits the team that you actually have. And for him to have the wherewithal and to know it, just to recognize that and come in with that mentality says a lot about him as a GM and as a player. So, and you say, okay, well, he's winning with the Dolphins, but he knows what he needs. I know what I need to.
He's doing more than winning with the Dolphins. All right. I mean, the man, he threw for 11 touchdowns today with Tua. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He threw with 11 touchdowns today. The man came out and said he's on a mission to win a bowl.
He said he's going to throw 100 touchdowns. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, and he did say he's going to throw 100 touchdowns.
And only have 10 interceptions. Right he said 100 touchdowns and 10 or less interceptions. That's the goal.
Right now he is currently right now at let me see here. Yep.
So he's got 7 games left.
Yep. He's got 62 touchdowns.
He could get 100.
He could get 100.
Yeah.
I'm under 10 picks. Not so sure. He's going to come up against somebody who can play defense.
I'm sorry. My only question is this, because it's a goal. It's a goal he set for himself. Kudos to him. But if he hits that goal, is there some hidden feature in the game where Tua suddenly turns into Dan Marino when he does that? How did he come up with this number?
No,
Cal Bear, you gotta explain.
It's a goal. It's a goal he set for himself, man.
Yeah, but I mean, look.
The man
specifically said
he ain't rushed the ball one time. He ain't rushed the ball one time today, not once. Just passing the football. That's all he's doing. He wants to pass. He wants 100 touchdowns. That's his aim. He's trying to get it, man. And he looks good right, man, at the 3 seed. He looks really, really good right now.
Actually, no, he's a 2 seed now. He
2 seed. My bad.
He just obliterated the 2 seed. So he's 2 seed now.
Yeah, he's a 2 seed right now. So apologies on that. 2 seed right now.
Then you got Who Dat over there on the NFC side doing the damn thing. He beat me today. I actually thought I was going to get him. He got me on the last play of the game. And it put me under 500. But I was extremely disappointed by that. But we'll bounce back. But he definitely is a player to watch. He's a good player, and I wanted to actually, when I played him, I wanted to see if he was actually a good player. You know what I mean? You play guys and they got a good record, but you don't know if it's because the division they're in or if they hadn't played anybody tough and things like that. So I gave him a couple of different looks just to see what he was up to, knowing that we were going to be talking about him on the podcast. And the dude is definitely a player worth speaking on. Who Dat is definitely a contender. He's a real deal, and he's definitely somebody we should keep an eye on moving forward in the NFC. And he should definitely make the playoffs, in my opinion, because he has what it takes as far as gameplay goes. He can run the ball, he can pass the ball. He loves to pass the ball. He passes out of all kind of different sets that aren't the meta, and I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it was just stuff that I had never seen anybody pass out of.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when you say like, okay, a dude covered at this, comes out in this, say you're like, oh, okay, I haven't seen this look before. Let's see what this has, and then he does something crazy. Another guy I want to mention as well. We talked about Shady Sticks losing by giving up 83 points, but one thing you have to say is the dude didn't quit the game. He didn't quit the game, so that says a lot about his character as a player. He can take a beating, and he knows how to go back to the drawing board and rebuild himself to compete with the Colts. What do you think about Shady Sticks?
Oh, I love Shady Sticks right now, man. I mean, right now, I guess you would put him at the 3 seed right now. If you talked about updated, you put him at the 3. Yeah, but or would you put Baltimore at the 3 seed now?
I think Baltimore's a 3 seed because Baltimore beat the Colts.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So yep. So the Baltimore be the 3 seed right now. But I like what Shady Sticks is doing, man. Again, the fact that, like you just stated, I was going to bring that up too, getting beat like that, but obviously not quitting the game or whatever like that. Not conceding the game. That definitely speaks to the character of the guy. And I like to see that, man. I like to see guys that come in here and they're really solid at what they're doing, within that season. And they're able to take an L like that as well, too, and kind of bounce back from it later on. But that's going to be the question. Now, at this point, after that one right there, is he going to continue to bounce back, or is he going to start going downhill? Because he hasn't taken a beating like that all season.
No, I don't think anybody's taking a beating like that all season.
Right. So I want to see what happens, after this game. The very next game that's coming up, I really want to see what's going to happen after that one.
Definitely.
Who does he play next? Since you guys keep saying how you admire him for taking a beating like that, who does he play?
He plays Bronco.
He plays the Falcons. Yeah, he plays Bronco and the Falcons next.
Okay. Well, whatever is the reason behind him losing the way he did against Cal Bear, you can only hope that that's going to give him an opportunity to see whatever he needs to fix. Whatever Cal Bear was able to exploit, Shady knows what he needs to fix. And it's better to find out now.
Yeah, definitely.
Than when you're in playoffs.
Then in the playoffs, exactly. 100%.
Definitely.
100%.
And that, like I said, we got King Karan over there balling with the Ravens. He's been balling all year long.
Yes.
I think one of his losses was a forced loss or a sim loss, but he could easily be 9-1 as well.
He's got a top 5 defense too, man.
He's pretty.
Top 5 his defense is pretty solid. Yeah.
He's solid out there. I haven't gotten to see him play too many games, but the one or two games I have seen, he's legit. Like I said, this was a guy that came in and got smacked up really bad last season because he's used to playing in the Sims type environment, and he was going to quit. And I had to tell him, like, look, man, I guarantee you staying here playing with us, when you go back and play with those Sim guys, you're gonna kill him. And it's holding true. Like he's dominating all the other leagues, but now he's also winning here. So and he's like, yeah, man, you're right. I'm killing in all my other leagues, man. The guys can't stop it. I'm seeing stuff before they see it and things like that. So, because most Sim, like I said, most Sim guys don't play that the particular style of football that a lot of guys in our league play. They would cry about a lot of things that they do gameplay wise, but it's just we had a few Sim guys come in, they get slapped and then they leave, and it's just not for you. If you not saying that you Sim guys can't play or whatever, but sometimes like hardcore Sim guys can't function in certain environments. They can only play a certain style. They can only they only want you to punt. They don't want you running certain plays more than once and things like that. If they can't stop it, they don't want you running it over and over again.
Well, that's a good point. And I know we have other topics and things to get to, but just real quick, do you think that there's a difference, that big of a difference between playing simulation mode and comp mode?
No, I'm not talking about simulation mode and comp mode. I'm talking about the rules that majority of the sim rules have, like sim leagues have. There's a certain, like, you can't run. They have cooldowns in sim leagues. Like, you can't run a certain, like, your money play. You can only run that in your money situation, because after you run, you got to wait 10 plays to run it again. You know, so it's a totally different ball game. So if a guy's accustomed to you running the play, and if he can't stop it, you can't run that play again for 10 plays. He doesn't have to worry about that particular play. Then he comes in here and you're killing him with that one particular play, then he's gonna get mad and leave, you know.
And there's a lot of leagues out there too, man, that I know I deal with as far as the commentating side, man. They got the cooldowns, and on top of that, you run a play a total of 10 times within the game. Now you can't run it ever again for the rest of the game.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So that's definitely gonna be, you know, it's different. It's a different type of atmosphere and things like that. But no, definitely. It's a totally different feel, you know, when you come from playing in the sim league to coming over here and you expecting certain things to be a particular way. He had what you call it, culture shock, you know, experience when he came over here, because there was a lot coming at him at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's definitely good to see that he's definitely adjusted and got acclimated to what it is and how we do things here. Another player I want to talk about is Big Show, man. Big Show is he's been dominating, man. He's been whooping butt. You know, he's leading the division right now. Dimes is definitely climbing back into the picture. But he's leading the division as of right now. He's a division leader right now. So we'll see if he's able to hold on to that. But Big Show is definitely a force to be reckoned with on the PS5 side. He's dominating with those Rams. He made the playoffs last season. I expect him to do so again this season. Hopefully he won't quit in the playoff game like he did last season.
Yeah,
but
and he's winning right now too with defense also. I think he has if I'm not mistaken, I think he has a second ranked defense in the league currently. So he's playing winning with defense. He's a lot of turnovers for that team. Right now.
Definitely. And a guy that we thought would be in the playoff race that we don't see in the AFC side, Sprint's normally somewhere in this picture. You don't see him anywhere in this picture. Oh, this isn't even the right league right now, is it? No, it's the right league.
Yeah, it's PS5.
Yeah. So
he's the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's the Chiefs.
So wow,
he's the Chiefs. They're 5-5 right now.
They're 5-5 right. Okay.
So that ain't updated then.
It's not updated then.
It should have been, because I just did it.
Oh no, he literally just won. So let's see.
There you go.
63-30. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
That was over Thomas Graham.
9 passing touchdowns. Oof.
Yeah, he's trying to pull it back together.
Well, he's trying to pull it back together, and obviously with that type of win right just now. So
yeah. I'm not sure how much Sprint's been playing the game. I don't know how much he's been playing the game. I don't know if he's been playing outside of league games, to be honest.
Okay. So he hasn't been competing in the ladders or anything like that.
I think he did. I think he was. I'm not exactly sure if he played enough games to make it. Like, I barely played enough games to make it.
No, but I actually liked your approach to it, and I wanted to talk to you about that approach. That if you didn't mind sharing with the rest of the people that are viewing.
Well, one, it was what I had to do. I couldn't play ladders during weekdays because I have work.
Yeah.
So if I was going to do it, then I was going to have to spend the weekend playing 12 games at minimum and having a good record with those 12 games. And so went 10-2. It was good enough to be 100 on the dot. So I was good with there. Like, if you're going to go for like a top seed, like, because I think the top seeds get buys for a certain amount of rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to play every day and get as many wins as you can. Because I think Skimbo got number 1 on Xbox, and I think he played around 40 games.
Yeah. See, that's a lot of games.
And like, there was just no chance for me to get to that level. So I was like, all right, if I'm gonna try and do it, then we got to do it in a weekend, and I have to play well. And I played well, so we're playing this weekend. So and that's all you really need. Like, all it takes is just an invitation to the dance. Like, you really don't need to be top 30 or top 20. Like, if you can just get in, then anything can happen. Like, that's my motto. Anything can happen.
But you won't say that about Brock Purdy or Kirk Cousins in the Minnesota Vikings. But you'll
Not
say that
Philly.
about Mutt.
Not against Philly. Not against Philly.
All right, I got another question for you. Because like I said, a lot of guys kind of get overwhelmed with the whole MCS ladder experience and things like that. I think they kind of psych themselves out before it starts. And like I think I was impressed with your, like was telling everybody, I said I think B-Guard had the best approach to it. It was just, I'm just gonna go in and just play. Just go in and just play. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I'm not gonna kill myself over it. I'm not gonna do anything crazy over it. It's just go in, have an even kill vibe to yourself about it, and play and have fun with it. Just have fun with it. He broadcasted majority of his games on Madden Underground.
Oh, like 7 of the games, 7 of 12 games are on Madden Underground. Yeah, because like what do you have to lose? Like if you play and don't make it, okay, well you got the experience and you're back to square one. Like if you don't play and then you see other players that and you play against and you're like, dang, I beat those guys. I could have done that. Then it's just gonna be a bunch of what ifs.
Yeah.
Like I don't live in what if. Like I'm just gonna do it. And then like if I lose, okay, I move on to the next game. Like losing a ladder game is not the end of the world. Like, okay, you move on next game. I lost twice. Like one of them was on a last second Hail Mary at the end of the first half. Like that was one of the reasons I lost. Like, okay, I'll be mad about it right now, but then got to move on to the next game. Mm-hmm. That's literally what the approach has to be.
And do you think the better approach is maybe waiting a little bit longer to jump into the fight opposed to just jumping in right away with everybody else?
I would say no, because everybody's going to be playing as early as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then people are going to get out based off how they're doing. If someone's not playing well, why are we going to, like, if someone has like a 2-12 record, why would they play Saturday or Sunday?
The thing is, because I noticed, what I noticed, there were people on stream waiting for other people to get in games before they started their game.
Oh, like watching streams and just making
but didn't match up with certain people, and I thought that was
again, like, I mean, to each their own, but it's a ladder game. That's a free rep.
Yeah,
like to me, that's a free rep. Now with me, I was up against the clock, so that might not have been great for me because like if I match up with Skimbo or Dubby or somebody like that, somebody who's going to be really, really tough, like I had to get those games in fast.
Yeah.
Like I had to go as fast as possible. I had an hour to spare with the 12 games. So like I needed to play and I needed to beat them quick. Like that's how I had to do it. But if I was able to play all week, yeah, you're right. I don't care who I match up with. I'm going to have to play them at some point.
Okay. Because like I said, we were sitting back. I was watching a lot of the games. I played a few games myself just to see what my team could do because I just, I got a few teams I built, But I wanted to see how it was. But it was like I said, it was a lot of people watching games to make sure they didn't get paired with certain people. And I'm like, at the end of the day, if you're winning, you're gonna match up with them anyway, regardless. At some point, if you're winning, if you keep winning, the further you get, the deeper you get. Eventually, you're gonna get paired up with one of those guys anyway.
I didn't have.
That wasn't your strategy though?
I didn't have time to do that. Like, okay, is Skimbo matched up, or is this guy matched up? Is this guy matched up? This guy matched up? I didn't have time to worry about that.
I was like, so is that a real strategy though? So but
that
is a strategy though.
Yeah, of course it is. But like, again, like there are people who just get intimidated by the name that comes across their screen. Like, if somebody like an average player sees the name Skimbo or Kiv or Noah, they're gonna psych themselves out, and you just can't play like that. Like, you got to go in. They're gonna go in knowing that they're the underdog. And that's not always the best way to go about it because if you know you're the underdog, then that means you expect to lose.
Definitely,
so you heard it here first on Madden Underground Live. B-Guard, he ain't scared of Kiv, Skimbo, or Noah. He said that they're trash.
Worst thing they can do.
You heard it here first on Madden Underground. B-Guard wants all the smoke.
The gaslighting is crazy.
No. What I will say is, like, B-Guard, I want to shout out everybody that made it. B-Guard did a great job. He streamed majority of his games and stuff like that on Madden Underground. So I appreciate that, B-Guard. Shout out to MP. I think he qualified. Shout out to, did Dines qualify?
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to
Dines.
Dines.
I think Dimes at one point was top 30, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. So shout
Show
out.
qualified.
Shout out to Show. Jay Douglas.
God, I think he did. I think he played during the week, but like this weekend, I don't know if he played.
Okay.
I think he was cool with qualifying, which I was just cool with qualifying. I don't care about getting top seeds.
Yeah. Just want to get in the dance.
Right, because you're not scared of Skimbo, Kiv, or Noah. Tell them.
What's the worst thing they're going to do to me? What's the worst thing they're going to do to me? Beat me at Madden?
Say it with your chest.
Shout out to Bunsby, Honcho. Who else qualified on the Xbox side? I think Burko qualified, right?
Burko.
Assassin. Yeah. So shout out to the usual suspects for doing their thing. This weekend we'll be trying to. This weekend is my birthday weekend, and I'm looking forward to y'all bringing something home to Madden Underground so we can brag about y'all a little bit. And I'll be watching. We'll be tuning in. We may even do a little talking over some of y'all games during the game or when y'all playing, so we can drop in y'all streams and root you on with everybody else and things like that. So good luck to everybody that's participating this weekend. Wish you all the best. This hour went by fast. We're at an hour mark, so we're gonna be back probably Saturday or Sunday. You guys down to do Sunday this Sunday? Because I'm off Sunday. I would like to.
Well, I think I'll be okay to do it.
Okay. What about you?
It's up to y'all.
Hey, as long as B-Guard ain't playing Kiv, Noah, or Skimbo, I'm there. I'm there, man.
Like I said, B-Guard looked extremely tough. And then my thing is, he did it. It looked effortless when he was doing it. When he was playing. So like I said, shout out to him. Shout out to MP. Shout out to all the guys that did their thing this past weekend to get there. I know a lot of people put in work. I know Buns B missed a few league games because of it, and he was wondering was he going to be kicked. And I'm like, no, it's in the rules. It says that you're competing in any MCS tournaments that don't even count against your stuff. So you're all right. Also, we'll be talking about. I guess this weekend we'll do some more things in regards to the MCS and showcasing some of the players. I would like to do a feature on the guys on the website as well. Kind of ask them a few questions and have them speak on some of the things that they were able to experience during the MCS and share with the rest of the Madden community and things like that. But we'll get that done. Get it on the website. Get it out to the people. But we'll be back next Wednesday for sure, and we will be back Sunday as well. This Sunday, with the tailgate podcast. So. Hopefully, I definitely didn't want to do tailgate last week because the Eagles beat.
Oh, you ducked it.
I definitely ducked that one. I was just like, and the thing was, I told you heard the story about the GM getting fired, right?
Oh yeah.
The owner saying, "Yeah, who's that guy? Who is that killing us like that?" They were like, "Oh, that's AJ Brown." I was like, "We need a guy
play for us."
He said, "Why don't we have a guy like him?"
And he was like, "Oh,
well, we had him."
We did have him.
We had him. What happened to him?
That's
we traded him. We traded him for the next AJ Brown.
Yeah,
that's so bad,
the
man.
AJ Brown at home is what we call him. The AJ Brown at home.
So, you got the local AJ Brown, but we'll see what happens, man. But we'll be back next week. We'll be back Sunday as well. So with the regular podcast, we'll be back Sunday with the tailgate podcast, talking
game
NFL.
of the week,
and we'll be back Monday. For the game of the week. It'll be a PS5 game on Monday. So make sure you guys lock in, tune in, and things like that. So you don't want to miss it. It's gonna be a big game. Big game. So we'll see you guys next week. And you guys have a good weekend. And good luck to everybody competing in the ladders.
There you go.
Go.
Yeah.